Welcome to the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens. I am your host for this hour. Shawana Brooks is my name. Oh, look at you. Hey, I'm gonna take all of it. That's right, because I said this energy is what we have to have going on tonight, not only for myself, but for each one of the 10 poets that's gonna grace this beautiful stage. And yes, they are. They're gonna give us their words. They're gonna give us their life. Poetry breathes into us. And coming now, having this event, getting into the past year of what we experienced, art has been there for us, has it not? We have been there with literature. We have found new ways to find different musicians. We have seen visual artists transform and go into the digital market. But here we are today in commune with each other, being safe and being fantastic out here in the gardens. And we're gonna breathe some life, right? You're gonna give these poets all of your energy, are you not? So let me hear a little bit of it now. That's right, that's what I like. Because I want to tell y'all, I went to an event yesterday and I talked all night. That's why I sound a little bit extra raspy. And I'm gonna say sexy. I'm gonna claim it for myself, right? I like this voice. But I can't go too high with it or else I'll have no voice tomorrow. So definitely when I look to you, when I point, when I'm ready for those reactions, I want to see it. I'm seeing each of you. I'm looking at you. I see you, sir, scratching your arm. That's right. We see each other. Beautiful. You with the mask. I know it's looking lovely over there. I like the jeans because you're next to that fantastic woman. We're so happy to see the director here in the house. She's taking some time to hear these poets and hear what Jacksonville has to offer, because Jacksonville has some of the best performing arts poets in the nation. Some of you don't even know the awards that some of these kids and other poets in Youth Slam and going all over the nation and doing this poetry. And what they're gonna give you tonight is, we're gonna give you some of the best of the best. But know that this is just a portion of that. You need to make sure you're seeking poetry out there in your lives, connecting to other poets in our community and supporting them, because all artists need us to be there for engagement. Artists have been there for us, and so now it's our turn to be there for them, right? So I'm ready. Are we ready to hear the first poet of the night? Yeah, we are, right? So I'm excited to bring up XAVIER Alexander. XAVIER Alexander is a queer Afro-Latino performing and teaching artist. He started slamming fresh out of high school, that's what I'm talking about, and since then has been featured on stages all across the country. Because when XAVIER is on stage, you can find him at home sipping on a smoothie and playing video games. That's where I want to be, XAVIER. But for tonight, we're going to tell you to come on up here to this stage. Let's give it to him. Come on, give it up for XAVIER Alexander.
I am worth it. I am worthy of love that includes for myself, because although I am a solid human, I am chipped. I have given pieces of myself to make others whole again, and that is okay. Be proud. Your mind and legs have brought you this far. Like leading a horse to water, you are stubborn, but you drink reluctantly. I know that you constantly give, but don't forget to give back to yourself, because don't nobody got you like you. You are your own hallelujah. You are the amen on other people's lips. I love myself. I love myself. And that is the greatest prayer that I have said out loud. Congratulations, you made it. You have completed the impossible. You have defeated everything that has tried to kill you, including 2020. Believe it or not, in this moment, you are loved. Did you know that oxygen, loves your body so much that it decided to hug your lungs, go through your heart and live in your veins. You are a walking museum and people can't help but stop to admire your beauty. Have you stopped to admire your beauty? Your light is so bright that sometimes I need sunglasses just to look at you. You may think no one notices, but I see the way you supernova your way around a room, so shine on. Be the brightest star in your galaxy. I know that it's easy to attract black holes, but you are a gravitational pull of positive energy. You gotta thank your lucky stars for that body, honey. Did you know that your brain is made of 80% water? So don't forget to take a cool dip in your positive thoughts, even when the currents of self-doubt are trying to drown you. You just gotta keep swimming. You just gotta keep pushing. Your muscles were meant to withstand 200 pounds of pressure. I know that a breakup may seem like it is stronger than that, but your heart, it beats 100,000 times per day. It was meant to recycle. It was meant to push out bad blood. Your stomach takes about 12 hours to digest its food. It's gonna take you a little while longer to digest that heartbreak, but your bones, they were made to support 18,000 pounds. I know that you are strong. Did you know that without your pinkies, your hands will lose 50% of its strength? So you gotta remember to appreciate the little things. You gotta appreciate your body, honey. Everybody's body is a temple, but all are ruins at your feet. Your smile is a chapel, and people come to your pews to worship your light. And I know that there are days that we may look into the mirror and not feel like a beautiful rose, but I am here to tell all of you that you all are a walking garden, and I love to see y'all grow. You are a slam poem, and forget what the judges think, because when I see y'all, when I see your smile, all I see is a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10 I see. I wrote this poem as a love letter to myself. And you all are a reflection of this poet on this here stage. A life is just one big poetry slam, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose. But I promise you, when I get off this stage called life, when you get off this stage called life, when we get off this stage called life, I promise you, no matter what the scorecard says, we are gonna be a perfect 30. Thank you.
I had to put on my shades to come back up to the stage for that one, because oh boy, did Xavier just let us open, right? Oh, you never know what you're gonna get with the first poet. Nobody wants to be the first poet on the mic, right? They control the destiny of the evening. It's poets right now that thought they was gonna do a poem. They done changed the poem up when they gonna get up here because Xavier done set it off like that, right? I had to put these shades on because he got us so bright. We appreciate you, Xavier. That was an awesome poem. Give it up for him one more time. So I know I got a few friends out here in the audience who I'm sure I'm tickling them to death. They know once I get up here on the mic, I get turning into somebody else. But I'm not gonna turn it up for y'all right now for that. We're gonna get ready to turn it up for KAYSYN Jones. KAYSYN is from Reading, Pennsylvania, native, is a junior at Douglas Anderson School of the Arts, where she studies creative writing. That's right, you can give it up for Douglas Anderson. We should. Y'all should know who Douglas Anderson is, who you're giving it up for, but that's another conversation. So she enjoys poetry, politics, and student organizing, and is currently helping to organize Duval Connect's first Black Art Matters concert later this month. It's on the calendar. This summer, she'll be interning at Jasmine and is excited to start her senior year in the fall with hopes of pursuing a degree in political science, because I can't say enough of how much we need it right now. So come on, KAYSYN. I'm ready for you. Come give it to us. We're ready for you. Walk on up here. I'm gonna give you this mic right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Like prepping a syringe, unraveling plastic like the words glisten or creep. Easy or polite, not like the others, That is how I move through you. When you don't have to name me, can have me anyway, when all my belonging belongs to you and I pass among you unseen, will I then earn my humanity? When I am slithering past, cupping eyes, nose, lips, when I am ghost for your sake alone, when you bid me, put yourself back together, a little to the left this time, make it better, tape the Band-Aid on when it doesn't stick, sew back on the torn flesh with your own fingers, forget about the wound. When you bid me to make/mime crying, make/mime bleeding, make/mime my annihilation, but forget about the wound. It's in the past, isn't it? Must that I lose my neck for you to slip through into understanding? Must it be that I render obsolete absolution, excite excitement for my existence, turn bread into wine, make a nourishing of wire shells, cracked plastic, oil spills, food deserts, poverty, hopelessness, senseless killings, only to feed you, the scraps of my salvaged poisons filling your belly? Why do you hunt me down? You feel me out in the darkness, chase the sight of me, the sun, our love affair, turn my melanin into something alien. Just to catch braids in your fist, but I will no longer bow to you. See how precious I make my healing. See how I can catch the tail end of sweet breezes sailing out the door. I exist between skins. I am neither here, nor there, nor there, nor there. I am nowhere even near you anymore. Where the scrub brush furs, where the sky is sweet and people's skin dark and velvet and salt and sugar meet in my own special alchemy on this fine face. If you ever see me again, I will be blooming against a self-made sky, twisting myself for me, healing for my sake. My sake is the flesh, is my abstraction mine. My flesh, my bone, my soul, what will leave, what will stay, what was born in my hands in my immaculate conception. And I hear stories of myself from your lips, rendered minimalist. But I have always been more than your definitions. I am sugar-frosted lips and woven hair. I am my dark eyes, my broad nose. I bid you, put yourself back together. A little to the right this time, make it better, 'cause I will not be healing you anymore. Tape the Band-Aid on when it doesn't stick, sew back the torn flesh with your fingers, find the wound first. You have had the best of teachers. You are your own annihilation. Now hold your breath. Do you hear it? My quiet rising, my rebirthing. What rises from palms, what runs oil into water, plastic into earth. When you cannot name me, cannot have me. What runs hands into hands, what makes fine faces wink and shine, my bread and wine. When your eyes are a thought in my mind. It flies into a dark and velvet and shining sky, circles once, and comes home again. It belongs to the dreamers.
Yes, let's give it up for Miss KAYSYN, right? Amazing. And you know, thinking of melanin feeling alienated, how many of you all have already seen the Zanele Muholi exhibition here at the Cummer? Let me see those hands. Let me hear those claps. Have you seen it once? Have you seen it twice? Have you seen it 3 times? If you haven't, make sure after our program ends that you go in and you check out the exhibition tonight, because no matter, it's flawless. But what's so important is the dialogue that continues to happen as people step into that museum and interact with their work. So make sure, if you haven't seen it, you don't leave the night before you take a turn, because pretty soon it's going to be leaving. This is the final stop on its tour here in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Cummer Museum. We have to give it up for that. It's an incredible opportunity for us to connect with that work, and so excited for you all to see it more. So let's get back into the poetry, because this is the night that I can tell you all need it, and we want to hear this next poet come up. So LINNAI West is up, representing Jacksonville Arts and Music School. Come on, LINNAI. Let's do more than that. Let's give it up for our youth poets, putting themselves, expressing their emotions. This is the kind of emotional intelligence that we need. And let me tell you a little bit about LINNAI. LINNAI is a 16-year-old talented musician, and she is representing House Davis, which is represented for Miles Davis. Definitely let's give that up for Jacksonville Arts and Music School. This bright, personable 10th grade student at Darnell Cookman Middle School of the Medical Arts describes herself as a closed book that opens up to the right reader. So are we the right reader for her tonight? We're the right reader for her tonight, right? So LINNAI, this is your time, darling.
Thank you. The sun goes down when I'm asleep. When I wake up, the sun waits for me with arms wide like an open door. One day, I rose up to see the sun was gone. The sun is playing games. It'll come back soon, I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, never. But the sun didn't leave. It was taken like a gift from your most special person was gone. The sun taught me love, fun, how to chase my dreams, and how to live life. My new friend Darkness showed me what being black was really like. In this world, just like horror movies, black is the evil, the hate that we see in this world without the sun. Me and my people have been living without the sun for too long. The darkness took me out of my fantasy that I've been in for too long. I can finally see like a newborn in this world full of evil. Excuse me, I said to the lady in front of me. I don't understand. I think I'm in the wrong world. Can I please use your phone to call the sun to bring me back to my fantasy world? Oh, honey, she says, sure. Then she turns and looks at me, and her face like a ball of strings twisted up at the sight of me. She says, you can't no longer. I had to step back to see that I was surrounded by the hate I was blind to in my fantasy world with the sun. How I wish I had a phone to talk to the sun one more time. Please do not let the darkness come and rip my family from their fantasy world like mine was ripped away from me the more I stay in this world. I can't help but to grow bitter like a cup of coffee without sugar and cream. I walk down Darkness's street into my twisted happiness. I see someone like me surrounded by the hate of people waiting for me to help speak up, say something. So I do. I rip them from the hate, and I stand up for them like I wish someone did for me, because a star told me you have to be the change in the world for the people who can't or want, who is too afraid to do so themselves. So as a school of fish, we go around looking for fish like us to speak, show them this world is evil and full of hate. Even though we are fish in this dark sea, we will drown if we don't make a change. So I write, I speak about this hateful world. We can no longer stay blind to this hateful, evil sea, because you will grow cold. Use your talents, visual arts, music, dance, film to show other people different from you, your world. Because no one can understand something the way you do completely unless you guide them. Show them through your eyes, your emotions, your feelings. No, it's time to say goodbye to the sun, because I can no longer go back to my fantasy world. I have to stay and face the darkness, because this way, somehow, my people can find our own happiness in the dark. Goodbye, sun. Hello, darkness.
LINNAI West, everyone. LINNAI West. Wow. Wow. Because that is what poetry does, right? You all feel it. Ooh, that emotion. And her poem and the words that she was saying, and so much around activism and hate and what we can all do within that to do the change, because we have to speak up, right? And what gets us more engaged to speak up than the arts? Poetry is energetic. You feel it. You get it right then. And so I'm so, again, excited for LINNAI sharing those words with us, giving us that emotion. Let's give it up for her one more time. Thank you, LINNAI. That's brave. That's bravery. That's brave. And speaking of bravery, I want to bring up Pamela DENNARD next to the mic. Pamela DENNARD has worked in education and service of others for over 25 years. She considers herself a modern griot and enjoys sharing her love of African culture and traditions through storytelling and poetry. Given the name Iokambi, meaning firstborn brings joy, by the Oba of Oyatunji, the African village, she continues to embrace and write under that name, Iokambi. Please, Pamela, come up to the mic and give us all of yourself here on this stage. Let's welcome Pamela to the mic, everyone.
Thank you. This is the lioness. That is why the pride can't eat without them. They know that they are to be honored. They are the very source of their being, the bridge between life and death, spirit and flesh. This is the lioness, regal, fierce, and nurturing, rooted in the earth around them, loyal, brave, strong, and graceful, protective of that which they feed. This is the lioness, the splendor of the Creator, a tribute to the kingdom. This is the lioness, silent and cunning, hunting, planning, hustling to capture the prey, the dream, the destiny. This is the lioness, connected to dimensions beyond this universe, blessed by the ancestors of ancient generations that outnumber the stars. This is the lioness, beautiful and fertile, giving birth to great nations and representing the magnificence of their pride. This is the lioness.
Yeah, it is. I so want to say it, y'all. Y'all know I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it like Pamela. I'm going to say it one time. This is the lioness, right? Because this is the lioness. The lioness is here in this building as well. So again, do not forget to check out the exhibition when this program is over and to interact with that work, because the lioness is in there too. And so we want to keep it going. Give it up one more time for Pamela. Amazing. It's hard to get back up here after that. You know, this stage is on fire. That's all I got. So next up to the mic, we want to bring up JAYLIN Robinson. JAYLIN Taylor Robinson is a 16-year-old emerging filmmaker and self-proclaimed go-getter. She is an ambitious 10th grade student at Darnell Cookman School of the Medical Arts and proudly represents House MICHO, the film house at Jacksonville Arts and Music School, better known as JAMS. Y'all see it. Let's give it up for JAYLIN Robinson.
Hi, everyone. This towel? Okay. Hi, everyone. Once there was a girl who was told that the world was our oyster, but she wasn't allowed to be a pearl. She was choked into silence by her skin and the parts of her that made her woman. Told women are to be seen and not heard. They're to sit idle. Girls shouldn't worry about politics, and you'd be pretty if you were lighter. But what she wasn't told was that being black was a sin, and being a woman was a death sentence. The world acts like black is something that you can take off and put in the closet like a coat. Hide it from the rest of the world and bury the coils of your hair and the melanin that came from your ancestors. Conceal the black vernacular that came from the tongues of your grandma's grandma, the woman who built and fed the world off of collard greens and cornbread. Others asked you to camouflage to fit in with the whitewash of the world, that we are not clean enough to touch the hearts of our white counterparts, and to some, not even the same fountains. We as black women are told to put our crown away to make others comfortable, that we can only fit in the box made for us. But I say, obliterate the box. Wear that crown and make the world cower at your heritage. The same people that mocked you and shunned you away because you didn't fit wish they could soak up the sun as good as you do. We as black women can kiss the sun and come back unscathed. We have the excellence hand curated by God himself. Even when the moon waxes and wanes and the earth revolves around the sun, be black and proud, be bold and beautiful, be whatever you are and stand as tall as you can because it's you. 365 days a year, year after year after year after year, and your heritage will continue down to your beautiful, black, educated children. Thank you.
Woo! Obliterate the box. Obliterate it. Want to get a little louder with that. That's a good word. Obliterate. Feel like I want to spell it, but I won't embarrass myself again. So, but yes, thank you again, JAYLIN Robinson, everybody. JAYLIN. Woo! I'm putting my crown on. I think y'all know I don't never take it off. Maybe at just, sleeping time. But I put it right back on early in the morning. So, tip to all of our artists. We already are halfway through our program. Can you all believe it? What excitement we have heard up here, and we got 5 more poets to go. So yes, let's get halfway into it with Anna Jacobson. Anna, don't you move from that chair just yet, because I need to read your bio to these people. That's part of this thing as well. Anna Jacobson teaches world literature and journalism, and in her 26-year career, Anna has been awarded Jacksonville's Innovator Education Award, Journalism Teacher of the Year by Florida Scholastic Press Association, and Poetry and Journalism Fellowships with the Kenyon Review, the Smithsonian Museum of American Art, and the Reynolds Institute. Her greatest pride is in her husband and children, but also in her students. And when they flex in writing and performance or taking in the challenges she throws their way, she gets so easily drunk on their words. She is seldom sober. That's a woman who can write a good bio. Come on up here, Anna Jacobson. Yes, give it up for her one more time. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to Reggie Agulto, who is standing over there. Because when I came to the exhibit to get some inspiration, I was standing in the room for maybe 2 seconds, and Reggie popped up next to me and she said, "Would you like to talk about art?" And I said, "Why, yes, I would." And she walked me around and she gave me the inside scoop on many of the images, and she took me to the back left corner, where there is a photograph of a woman lying on a bed, or a fluid, non-binary person lying on a bed. And she told me the backstory, which is that this photograph was taken in the artist's hotel room the morning after she was attacked on the street. And so this poem is called Questions. Question: after violence, how to begin in the world again? Lie sideways on white sheets. Feel the warmth of the sun come through double-paned, noise-resistant windows of the hotel you woke up in the morning after you were attacked. For being a few minutes late, maybe, or just for being. Lie still and notice with a photographer's eye for light how shadows diet nourished fat, then weaned thin, while the sun walks by in his obtuse commuter strut, throws a coin in the tin cup that makes the heart you've been beggaring your days with, keeps passing, which you cannot, you too fluid and so trapped. You have the idea of safety, a hotel you paid for, a key to the door, yet still homeless everywhere for being who you are. Remember midnight last night, stooping to pick up receipts and coins and cards scattered on sparkling asphalt by the force of last night's first fist, which was not the last fist and will not be the last risk you take. This room rich with curated and serrated adjectives dedicated to severing us from our assumptions. The question, what will we do about crime in our streets, begets the answer, more and more and more police, but rather than fill the streets this way, police your gaze. Question, what if we were united in a neural network that invited me to feel exactly what you feel? Would that heal? The body answers that only the body is real and holy here. Scapular arches hung with vestments of flattened inner tubes, arms pinned to sides with towers of tire, body as future church and apartheid's pyre. Question, what's the opposite of crime? Question, when is checkout time? How long can we stay in this room, bereft in a fragile hour? These white walls, this cultured box, puts forth the thesis that you can make chains out of anything. You can make locks. Instead, let safety pins and tabs from cans, pens and porcupine quills become keys. Rubber gloves become trees, taking root at the wrists, grow black hands into spreading embraces of branches, become the ladder of heaven, each rung the lathe of your eyes. Let the room become a garden, and the garden be our room. Every face fertile soil, every object seed, not tomb. Every seed a blueprint, teaching us to grow beyond our doom, because you woke up alive after last night. Knew yourself full of time and light to spend, to fill walls as you please, create Cheshire Cat iterations of vanishing grins, intricacies of crowns made of steel wool coronets, shoulders rugged up to royalty with laundry pegs and kitchen mats. Plastic scraps cover your chest, a heart under wraps. Your art revises crime, deliberate in your return like Sisyphus. Photograph a comb, name your face after your mother, time slips. And thousands of hands from hundreds of years ago grip the same rag or needle your hand grips. The task's unending, always something broken, needing mending. Look down to plait these even braids, or look up. The critics say you teach us with your skyward gaze what's possible in a life, constellations of grace.
Yes, give it up for Anna Jacobson. What beautiful words that wrap around us and put us in that mindset and empathy. Ooh, I was drunk on her words, right? And you know, I always like to say, this is the time to educate each other. This looks like a really educated, diverse bunch. But do you know that there is a term for a poem that is written in response to art? That is called ekphrastic poetry. So yes, give it up again to Anna Jacobs and what she was able to give us of Miss Jacobson when she's nasty, because that was amazing, right? So who I want to give it up now for is MICHO Lemaire. I hope I'm saying Lemaire. Is it Lemaire? All right. So just want to make sure. What did I say that here? No? Yes? No? Oh, well, see, this is where you got the E and the A and you got to ask, right? This is where we got to make sure that we make that time for overcorrections, right? I'm not afraid to ask if I say it wrong. Correct me, please. I'm giving you permission, right? So this is MICHO Lemaire. Let me tell you a little bit about MICHO Lemaire while we clap and give her a hand, right? MICHO is 15 years old, 10th grade student at Darnell Cookman School of the Medical Arts. Darnell Cookman's got some talent, y'all. We need to be giving it up for Darnell Cookman, right? So many other schools get that shine too, but we are seeing such amazing talent represented at that school. She is intelligent, yes she is, thoughtful, a talented musician. She's got a great sense of humor. I like that that's in here. She's a member of House Davis, the music house named in honor of Miles Davis at Jacksonville Arts and Music School. That's called JAMS if you don't know. Come on here, MICHO. Let's give it to him. Let's give it up for her one more time. Intelligent, thoughtful, sense of humor. Who knows what we're gonna get? Let's enjoy this poem.
A child who is told a million lies will soon enough believe it. When I was born, I didn't come out saying that I was black. I didn't see race, I didn't see color, I didn't know about religions, and I didn't know about cultures. But little did I know that I would be born with a tag, a permanent description to which I didn't agree upon. Hi, I'm an African American woman who loves eating fried chicken and watermelon. Hi. I'm the angry black woman who is violent and blames others on her problems. Hi. I'm the nappy-headed Negro who has little education, who's made to serve others, who can't achieve much. Are these myths true? Of course not. But because of the engraved mark on my back that was put on me by strangers of the past, people's first impressions of me will be these labels. The color of my skin does not represent who I am. When exactly did the creator of mankind tell others to mark me, to wrap chains and whips around my throat to try and silence me? When exactly did the creator of mankind tell them that they were superior, tell them that they could use me as a stepping stool to reach their greatest desires? When exactly in history did having melanin become a threat? Because from what I know, people back then didn't choose their pets from how lighter or darker they were, right? From what I know, animals were seen as animals, flowers of all colors were still seen as flowers, apples, oranges, bananas, all seen as fruits. So why is it that the human race is split up into separate divisions? Why are we different? Yeah, my nose might be bigger, my hair might not be blonde, my eyes might not be blue or green, but do we not bleed the same blood? Are the bones in my body any different from yours? Scientific studies even show that all humans came from one place, Africa. But I guess we just ignored that fact. So what exactly makes me different from him, from her, from them, from you? Is it really because I'm darker? Because I didn't know that staying out in the sun a little longer than you would change your reality so greatly, would burn through your definition of personality, would blind others on what makes a person a person. To me, the concept of race doesn't exist. To me, we are just a group of people with different stories, different viewpoints. Yeah, I might say brown or white or purple or red when describing something, but me being black, me having a little more or less pigment than you, doesn't define me. Hi, I'm MICHO Lemaire, a piano student who wants to be a nurse. Hi, I'm the daughter of 2 hardworking parents. Hi. Even though my ethnicity is African American, please don't let that define who I am, because those things are just parts of who I am. And if you took the time to have a small conversation with me, you'll see that I am much more than what I am perceived to be. Thank you.
Hi, her name is MICHO Lemaire. Give it up for her one more time. MICHO. Thank you so much, MICHO. Incredible words again to remind us that it is our diverseness, but it also is the things that can bring us together as commonalities, right? But we got to make space to talk about the differences when they come up. So let's leave space for them both to find diverse minds and different minds, but to also meet sometimes in the middle. And that's what MICHO's poem just reminded us about. One more time for MICHO Lamar. Now, this next poet to the stage is somebody who I care very deeply about, is near dear friend to mine. It's gonna be so hard for me to do this introduction with a straight face, because you all are in for some more talent poetry. Who am I bringing up now, y'all? I'm bringing up Miss Taryn Werewood, better known as Love Reigns. I gotta do it in my open, I wanna do it one more time. Love Reigns. That's this one right here. So Love Reigns is a poet, it's a writer, an author, an MC. Honestly, I was like, when I saw she was on the list, I was like, why is she not the host? Because honestly, she does a darn good job. But an MC, a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, a curator of dopeness, her words and mine. Love reigns, passion for the people, and words have afforded her opportunities to perform and advocate on the hills of Washington, D.C., Canada, and educational institutions across, from the kindergartens to the 12th graders. She's there. She's there with the universities, the colleges, the community colleges. Love Reigns does it all. So come on up here, Love Reigns. Give it to us. Dazzle us with your energy. Y'all gotta give it up even more. Give it up to the higher powers. It's Love Reigns, y'all. Love Reigns.
What in the world am I supposed to do to follow that, Shawana? Oh my gosh. Y'all give it up for Miss Shawana Brooks. Doing an amazing job. I hope it's okay. I always like to test the energy real quick. Is that okay? Can I do that? Thank you for being a friend. That's good. Okay. Your heart is, you're a. I was just buying time so I could fix the mic. And if you threw a, invited every. Okay. You would see the biggest gift would be from me. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all give it up for yourselves. That's how you buy time. I don't know about y'all or any of the people if you've seen the exhibit, but quick, real short story. Literally the day that I came to see the exhibit, I was heading to Miami to help memorialize my aunt who had passed the day before. And she was really such an integral part of my life. She was my best friend, and it hurt, right? But I promised that I was gonna come and be a part, and I made sure that I came to see the exhibit, even shed a few tears because of how powerful it was and because of how everything, with everything that was going on. But I made sure that I came, and I did that for my aunt. So I'm gonna dedicate this piece to my aunt, Donna Wilson, who is now an angel watching over me, and Ashe, I'm hoping to continue to make her proud. So this is my response to the exhibit. I'm reminded of my teen years, when the thought of taking pictures scared the life out of me. I was told that my smile was ugly, and that I looked like a spider with my eyes closed. I still do. I wish those kids who teased me would have known what that would do to me. A life afraid of snaps, always hoping that I'd be unseen. Claps used to make me nervous. Surely I am unworthy, but What a beautiful lesson. What beautiful lessons this life has taught me. Oh, what a feeling it is to be seen, to be heard through the silence, captured in the essence of wholeness and in truth. What a feeling it is to be free, to be flawed and flawlessly simultaneously, What a feeling it is to be free, to be flawed and flawless simultaneously, free from the chains of perception, unhinged and outside of the box, fear blocked from penetration, negatives exposed to a different light, a zoomed lens focused in on imperfect perfection, clear eyes see new direction. A sight reflected in black and white selfies. If you could only see the me I see. I'm writing love letters to me at 15. Apologizing to the young queen that was too afraid to just be herself, the one who thought wealth could only ever be monetary, so she allowed herself to carry unnecessary weight, investing in more opinions than she could shake. Capture this smile before I break, and make sure that the speed of the shutter keeps up with the facade. It is, however, all about the optics. Oh, how I wish that girl then could see the woman she is now, never leaving the house without her crown, choosing whatever filters she wants and none if she don't. I bet she'd be proud of me now. If only she could have seen that this would be her trajectory, I'm sure her focus would have shifted, but maybe this was how it was always meant to be. The woman unafraid of who she is, looking back at the child she can remember, that there was once a time that she never liked to look at herself in pictures. Thank you.
Love reigns. That is what y'all got. Magic. Now, I can follow that, right? Just, ooh, thinking about yourself. When she talked about those snaps, she was afraid of applause, the claps. Oh my goodness, I was about to clap it up for her right there. And I want to remind you all that, yes, we're at the museum, but we are at a poetry program, which means you need to be interacting with these poets. You need to be snapping with these poets. You need to be with these poets, because that's how they know they got you. So don't forget to engage back to them. Give them the energy, right? Give them this energy outside. Make sure that they know that you're there. Do it for them, because they doing it for you. Love reigns, everybody, one more time. That's right. I know y'all can clap a little harder than that, but I ain't gonna make it this time. That's love reigns. So we're gonna get ready to bring our next to the last poet to the stage. Y'all should be getting real sad, right? Because this was amazing. This was such a generous night of poetry that has got us all thinking about what it is to be ourselves and what it is to talk and connect to each other, because that's that important thing as we want to keep moving forward. And I see this beauty in this audience tonight, and I'm tingling from it, because y'all all just looking so beautiful and radiant and giving it up. Let's give it up one more time again to our host, the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens, for putting on this phenomenal program, giving it up to the staff that put it together, to the folks that invited me to be here. I see you in the back, Wanda Willis. This is why y'all got this tonight. Wanda Willis asked me to come here and do it. You can't say no to Wanda. So anyways, let's bring up the next poet to the mic. That is Miss NIVEAH Glover. NIVEAH was the 2018-2019 Jacksonville Youth Poet Laureate and was also recognized as one of Folio Weekly's 2019 20 Under 20. I can't even get on the 40 Under 40 list no more, y'all. She already on the 20 Under 20 list. She is 16-year-old in the 10th grade of creative writing student at LaVilla School of the Arts and a member of House MICHO at JAMS. She will spend her summer sharpening her skills as a student at the Interlochen Center of the Arts and Art Camp in Interlochen, Michigan. And she's gonna give all of us tonight, because y'all already heard, she's ready. So let's give it up for her one more time. It's Miss NIVEAH Glover.
You know, I hate that they put me after Miss Love. That's really unfair. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible. But yes, so how do I do this? Oh, okay, yeah, that's how. Yeah, thank you, because I'm having a moment. Yeah, that's good. Ignite me. Skin ignited through the illumination of moon. The coolness of strength patterning in the pigment of purpose, power layering in itself. Pride finding an all new face, pricelessness laced in between the lines of singular features. But to who do we owe this pleasure of seeing and experiencing? To what can we equate the truth of vulnerability, nakedness, and courage? How do we claim it within ourselves, within our work? We watch Lioness be born and gift the world every day. Their knowledge and knowing and their teachings given to those who are afraid to be anything but them who are afraid. They possess the power to be admired and known, acknowledged and loved. Each and every worldly thing finds its place in their palm because they see it as more than thing, but energy, story, a way. I look to the picture to see the painting, following the glow of each and every gift I'm given. I looked at every moment and capture the energy of my own truth. I even found my own reflection in the mirror of skin. Watching myself come alive is the mere existence of being excellent, knowing that every essence is something new. All I ever wanted to feel is the coolness of the moon deep inside myself in the lioness mane and become brand new. Hopefully, one day, tomorrow, the day after that, or whenever I gain the strength, I can become lioness too.
So I can become lioness too. NIVEAH Glover. NIVEAH, thank you so much. Let's give it up for one more time. Such an incredible artist. Do you know that a lot of cities have a youth poet laureate? But Jacksonville really doesn't have one all the way. And NIVEAH represents the best of what that is, as we need to continue that conversation of what do we want here for our artists, right? You have to be the advocates. We are the representatives. We are the lovers of them. So make sure you're fighting in their corner, because we want to see that for our city. All these amazing poets tonight, but definitely for our youth poets. Let's give it up one more time, please. The next and the last poet of tonight is Willie Evans Jr. Please, if you are a fan of hip hop in Jacksonville, this man needs no introduction. I literally got my hip hop education from going to see him at places like Fuel Cafe and 5 Points. Y'all remember that? Fuel was a good time. If you were there, oh my God, I'm about to tell on myself. But I'm just saying, this gentleman right here is the truth. Multi-talented artist isn't enough to describe him. In his 25-year-long career, it has included touring the world as this hip hop artist with a group called Asimov. Love to our brother Patton Locke. But Asimov collaborating on partnerships with artists such as Mr. Liff and Al Letson. Have you all heard the podcast with Willie and Al? That's comic genius right there, Al. How Willie puts Al in his place every time. And managing creative content for international agencies. His artistic style incorporates various audiovisual elements, and his work generating a dynamic experience for you all, the audience, that is both lyrically dense and technology challenging. And as a creative force in the community, Willie's recent focus is to channel his talents to progress social change in this community with the hopes of broadening his projects to impact larger audience. It starts here, y'all. It starts here with you. Let's give it up for Mr. Willie Evans Jr. Don't make me hold the Junior.
Hey, I'm Willie Evans Jr., and it's nice to meet all of you. So, I'm not a poet. I can only say words that rhyme with one another when music is playing. I went to the exhibit and looked at it to see what it said to me. The thing it said most was subversion. And what I felt from it was a feeling of seeing something that felt older but was being communicated to me with modern visual elements. And I thought about a song that I produced and collaborated with another artist named Patrick Evan on, which just feels very correct for this, both for the art and geographically. And quick story, yesterday, my dad called me and he said, "Hey, I'm coming in town." I said, "Oh, cool. Well, this weekend is kind of busy. I got like a little gig thing to have to do." And he said, "Well, I'll just come and watch." This is my dad. So I'm gonna play something. It's a song called "Tell It to the River." Patrick Evan wrote it. We collaborated on the music, and is going to be accompanied by Willis Hakeem Jones.
Like a morning sun, tell it to the river, reflecting all I've ever done. Tell it to the river, wet my soul like a morning dew. Tell it to the river, I'm gonna make my tears a part of you. Tell it to the river, north flowing river, a sight to see. Tell it to the river, St. John's River, the name of thee. Tell it to the river. So sail on all you fishermen. Tell it to the river. Send dreams, I'll tell you when. Tell it to the river. I go to the river to shed my pain. Tell it to the river. The river makes me feel good again. Tell it to the river. North flowing river, a sight to see. Tell it to the river. St. John's River, the name of thee. Tell it to the river. The good Lord is always willing. Tell it to the river. To rid me of my evil sin. Tell it to the river. Shout, 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 shout out loud. Tell it to the river. Oh, hear me, Lord, oh, hear me now. Tell it to the river. North flowing river, a sight to see. Tell it to the river. St. John's River, the name of thee. Tell it to the river.
real quick, I just want to say that all of the poets were amazing, and I can't be up here without doing this. I need everybody who can hear my voice on the count of 3 to make as much noise as your puny human lungs can muster for these poets. All right? 1, 2, 3.
Willie Evans Jr. He is right. And I'm going to make you do it one more time again. How time flies when you are having fun, but it does have to end. But it doesn't have to end here. You still have another hour, I'm thinking, because I don't know the time or so, to still enjoy the Cummer. So make sure after we are done congratulating this talented group of individuals and sharing with us this evening, you check out the gardens, you go check out the galleries, you make sure you become a member of this museum, as we want to continue to see things like this as we move forward. I'm a member, and I want you to be a member too. So one more time, let's give it up for our host of the evening, the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens. Like I said, it takes a whole team and effort, so make sure as you see the production, the audio visual, they're a part of that. We want to make sure to honor, Willie's father who came up here and let it loose for us, right? He's a part of that. And we have each of these poets that I'm going to call out and come back up on the stage with me. We want to give it up for all 10 of them. So let's get into it. XAVIER, come back up to the stage. Let's give it up for XAVIER. That's right, XAVIER. Do it like this. That's right. That's how you come back up to the stage. KAYSYN Jones, let me see you. Come on up here. Let's keep giving it up for KAYSYN. LINNAI West. LINNAI gave it for us. Come on, LINNAI. You got to come back up here too. PAMELA DENNARD, because the Lioness is still in the house. We want to see her come back up to the stage. Let me make sure we make sure room for JAYLIN Robinson. JAYLIN, don't you forget to come up here. We know Anna Jacobson is getting ready to come back. Come on, Anna. Don't you do it for us, Anna. You got it. NIVEAH, I see you, Miss Glover. Come on back. Come on back to the stage. You can't sit over there and hide, because it's Love Reigns. Love Reigns, make that way. Follow behind her is MICHO. Do not forget about Miss Lamar right there. MICHO is here. Willie Evans Jr.'s, come back on up here. Evans and Jr. and all of it, and his father and all of us, give these poets a hand. Stand for them. Show them your love. They gave it to y'all tonight. They gave it to me. I feel inspired. I know you feel inspired. This is the transformational process of what poetry does, what art does for our community. You want to see more of this? You got to support the Cummer. You got to make sure you come to these programs. Come back to the talkbacks. Come on that Saturday. This was a free Friday evening, but it's sponsored, and without your response to coming here, we cannot continue to go forward as a community for fun and access and quality at the Cummer Museum. One more time for this amazing, talented group of people. I want to thank you all for blessing us again tonight, giving us your words. Continue to support the arts in our community. Make sure you make way and go and enjoy the rest of your evening in the Cummer Museum. Good night.